Last night, the Memphis Grizzlies were in Los Angeles to face the Lakers in a very good game that came down to the wire. With Memphis down 2 with 1 second left, Brandon Clark got fouled and would shoot 2 free throws with a chance to tie the game. He hit the first but missed the second, and the Lakers won 122 to 121 in the upset. But the huge headlines surrounding this matchup had nothing to do with the actual game itself. It came during halftime when Shannon Sharpe, who was watching the game from the first row courtside, got into it with the entire Grizzlies team and Ja Morant's dad T in an instantly classic moment that we will remember for years to come. Before I break it down, welcome to the War Room, a channel where I discuss all things sports related. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let's get straight to it. It all started right as the second quarter came to an end with the Grizzlies up 4 when cameras showed Dillon Brooks talking to someone courtside. Then we see Shannon Sharpe running his mouth and pointing to the ground, looking like he was kind of challenging Brooks to come up to him. Steven Adams saw this and came walking over to stick up for his teammate, and within seconds there was about 24 people crowded around the area trying to de-escalate the situation. T. Morant, Ja's father, was sitting near Shannon and had words for him as well. Then those two started going at it before they were separated. Reports said that Shannon spent halftime in the tunnel with security, and when asked what happened, he said this. You can pause the video and read the entire thing if you want. I actually recommend doing this because I read the whole thing in Shannon's voice, which was really amusing to me, just because I can totally picture him saying all of this. But the summary is Shannon was shitting on Brooks for being too small to guard LeBron, the two started cursing at each other, and nobody wanted problems. During Shannon's time on Undisputed, he hasn't been shy in showing how big of a LeBron fan he is, which to me just makes this whole thing so much better. Dude does not care how much chaos he needs to cause if it means getting to flex LeBron being good at basketball. Speaking of Undisputed, 2023 might be their year. I made that video a few weeks ago about Skip Bayless and how Undisputed looked like it was low-key falling apart in front of our eyes, but maybe it is all for ratings because I know a lot of people are going to be tuned into their show on Monday to hear what Shannon has to say. It seems like Skip and Shannon are kind of loving these controversial, center of attention type moments if it means more people watching the show. I'm personally all for it. Shannon was allowed to return to his seat to watch the second half of the game, which I found kind of surprising. He then met with T. Morant, and it was clear there was never really any beef, at least between these two. T even said after the altercation that it was all love. Dillon Brooks, however, had a little bit of a different response. He said that Shannon is a regular pedestrian and he should have never came back to the game, but it's LA. I think it is true that Shannon Sharpe is one of the only people that could get away with something like this. If this was Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, or really any famous person, even outside of sports, it would have been a totally different story. In the end though, I think the whole situation was just tensions running high in a basketball game, and if you think there's something wrong with that, then you probably haven't been around sports that long. People can argue that this is embarrassing for the NBA and this can't happen. I 100% see that side to the argument as well. Again, I have pretty mixed feelings about this whole thing taking place, but at the end of the day, it's trash talk during a sporting event, a player sticking up for his teammate, and security doing their job to prevent anything crazy from happening. That's really all there is to it. But I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about this situation in the comments below, so please let me know. Thank you for watching, like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.